Hey guys, we're coming up live here in a second. I'm looking at an ad on my screen right now. Kind of one of those last minute, what the hell, let's stream tonight kind of days. So here I am. Now hey Pamela, Miss Pris and Barb, thanks for joining me. I know everybody's really busy this time of year, so I don't expect that we'll have a big crowd tonight, but I was going to be doing this stuff, so I figured I'd just throw the camera on. And so polymer clay tiles, that's what I'm going to be doing again. Now I dropped my camera way down this time. Let me know if that's better or not so good, if you wouldn't mind as I go. This is the box that I was working on the last time I streamed, and I finished it. Here's the lid. All right, there we go. And I covered the inside of the box with different papers. This is a document box. It's big enough for 8.5 by 11. Hey, Eileen. For 8.5 by 11 papers to fit in flat. Little molding paste action with some pigments on the side. And a little metal swirl on the side. More over here. And I just left the front blank with this tag on it. So that's the one that I did the last time we were working on making tiles, I believe. So I'm going to put this out of the way so I don't booger it up making the next one. So this one is a commission box that I'm going to be working on for someone. So I figured I showed you how I made the tiles last time, that I would show you how I start putting the, hey Jan, that I'd show you how to start making the box. And here are some tiles that I worked on today, making for the upcoming box. I had a special request of color, so I'm trying to accommodate that. I've never tried the air dry clay, but I'm sure it's fine. A lot of people use it for different things. I just grabbed these out of the oven. They're cool. I went up to eat right when the buzzer went off, and I just left them in there to cool. So these are some of the last ones, and this is again with the color requests. I'm trying to mix it up here. Let me get these off of my metal plate. I really like this color orange, how it came out. I used nickel azo and then Quin magenta on top of it, and it came out a really cool, I don't know if it's going to show up really well in this. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's, hang on, let me see if this is the software that's, oh, is that zooming in for you guys? Hang on, you'll see it in a second. I downloaded that app. Oh, it is zooming. Ah, cool. I'm learning as I go with this. Awesome. Jean told me about an app you can download that works with my camera software to zoom. And it's working. Of course it's working because Jean is the master. This is another combination of that. Nickel azo and magenta. It's really pretty in person. Too bad you're not all here in my basement with me. Ah. All right, I'm gonna get these off of here. I made a bunch of black and white ones. I'll show you a minute when I get the box going, and it has to sit to dry. I'll go through some of these tiles and show them to you a little bit closer. I was really pleased with how some of these came out today. Got my little sticks, my little tribal sticks as I like to call them. So, okay, I'm going to put these aside right now, and I'll bring them back as the box has to dry for different layers of gesso and paint and stuff that I'm putting on there. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to put the cap on this knife because this is like, I did shoved the razor into my finger last night. And of course, my right hand, that's the hand that I'm not supposed to have any boo-boos on because of the lymph node thing. Or lack thereof, I should say. Hey, thanks for joining. See you guys trickling in here. Okay, so I got a wooden box. This one is a little bit smaller than the document box, but it's deeper. And I've already sanded it with one of these little sanding blocks like this. You don't need to sand much. Hey, Michelle. You just have to, the edges are usually kind of rough on these. So I just kind of hit it light on the edges with one of these little sanding pads. And then I'm going to put a coat of gesso on here to help seal it. And I'm going to end up gessoing the whole box, but I'll work on that later as I'm letting this other piece dry. So I'll start on the inside so I can flip it over and let it stand on. I'll leave this edge raw so I can turn it upside down to do the outside as well. You have to do inside and outside on all sides and edges of the box. At least that's what I do. So this, watching me gesso this box, not going to be too exciting. Is everybody ready for Christmas? I'm pretty close, actually. Of course, we have a small family, so it's not all that involved as far as shopping. But I did every dang piece of it online. It would have to be something big deal to get my ass on a mall. I used to love to go shopping, and I do not like it anymore. Of course, that was before the internet was real big, so maybe I see a pattern. Yeah, good for you, Pamela. Now, do you have a lot to do? Do you have a large family? The only little kids we have to buy for are like great niece and nephew and a few friends that we're close with that we buy for their grandchildren but that's it. Skip, my brother Skip, just has Chelsea and Zach. Chelsea's married and Zach's got a girlfriend, so we buy for all of them. And my mom and Dave and some friends, and that's about it. Because neither Dave or I have, well, you guys know that, neither Dave or I have kids of our own. Isn't this exciting? Quite riveting. What a way to spend your Saturday night. Let's watch Patti gesso a box. I was thinking about doing this in advance, and then I just didn't because I didn't quite get around to it. But once I gesso it and it dries. Oh, you just had your gallbladder out, Pam? Hey, Lou Jean. How are you? I dumped my gallbladder, let's see, I was 40, so 17 years ago, I parted ways with my gallbladder. Hey, Trina. I think people must be hearing me, Trina, because they're making comments. Hey, Dorothy. Thanks for joining in. Oh, you know what I didn't post yet? Dorothy, when I saw your name, it reminded me. I did another calendar this year, and I just got my copy in the other day. If you're interested, I'll grab it before we get off the stream and flip through it. So I did sell some of those on my Etsy shop last year. Thanks, Michelle. So now I'm just gessoing a coat on the outside of the box. And really this is all going to be covered in tile. But I just put a layer on here just to kind of help seal the wood. Because this isn't, you know, a real high what I want to say, dense, thick wood box. So I want to seal what's there. Okay, Dorothy, I'll try. Remind me. And I'll, while we're watching paint dry, I'll run up and get it. Now, when this dries, I don't know if you guys do much painting of wood, and I forget what it's called. It's not the nap. The tooth? It's not the tooth. It's something else. But the grain of the wood kind of gets rough again from the, I guess, it being wet. And then I have to sand it again before I start doing anything to it, because I'll knock down those little hairy edges that start standing up to give me a smooth surface to paint on. Hey, Donna. Oh, hang on. Maybe they're not. Let me check. Oh, crap. And how do I do this again? Oh, there they are. Where's Jean? I need my coach. Oops. Good God. What am I doing? Oh, for Pete's sakes. I'm trying to watch this on my Ustream channel so I see what you guys are seeing, because, you know, there's a lag. And I just, there we go. I dinked it up is what I did. I hit the damn Jerry's Artorama link underneath there accidentally. Criminally. Okay. Get this finished. Blue Jean, I know you can't stay on long sometimes, so once I get this painted, I'll run up and get that calendar and get that out of the way. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. Ooh, kettle corn. Oh, hey Denise. Hey Jody. A wood sealer. Good to know. Well, it will be good to know. Alright, and here's the base of the box. I'm going to go ahead and whip a coat on that too. Jamie! Hello, dear. Give me some more gesso. This takes a good amount of gesso. And I'm just kind of slapping it in there. Just getting an even coat. And inside here, I'm going to cover the inside of this with paper that will kind of match, of course, the outside of the box, like I did that other one I showed you earlier. Excuse me. But I just like to, in case anything's peeking out, if the, you know, the paper doesn't match the edges right to the nth degree, that it'll at least look finished. But I try to match them up as best I can. I have the camera drop down lower today, guys, so if you think that it's too close or not clear, let me know what you think. And I loaded that app for zooming. It zooms. That's Jean's tip, I'm telling you. I did tweet that I was going to stream as well, so hopefully Jean will be able to join for a while. Me and my last minute streams. That should be one of my New Year's resolutions, is to come up with some sort of a schedule. It's so hard though when I you know, working full time. That's taking a damn chunk of my social time, I gotta tell you. But, you know, it's what buys my paints, my art supplies, so actually I really like my job. So having to work another 100 years, you know, I'll do it if I have to. Unless I hit the lottery, I'm gonna have to, but at least I have a job, and one that I like to boot, so I can't whine about that. But the old girl's 57, and I've been working since I was 13, so, whoo, lordy. Some days, I'm thinking you should have made better choices along the way, dumbass. If there's any youngsters on here needing some coaching, be glad to help. Yeah, I did, Michelle. I did, jeez, it was. And actually, I was really not well most of the summer. Had all different kind of tests and scans and you name it. I had that low iron thing where my iron was so low I wasn't producing red blood cells, and had to go to the chemo center for an infusion of iron, and then I got sick like a bad flu for a week after that, which is the iron infusion causes, and then they were trying to figure out why my iron was that low, and were checking me for internal bleeding and sent me for an upper endoscopy. Don't you know, I stopped breathing on the table for the upper endoscopy, apparently. So when I woke up, there was a young woman, doctor, that was the anesthesiologist, and she said, when I woke up, she said, okay, you kind of stopped breathing on me. She said, that was not fun, and you're going to have a sore jaw because of that. I don't know if apparently I don't know if they dislocate your jaw or something to intubate you really quickly when you stop breathing. Oh, okay, Eileen. Well, she'll catch it on YouTube, I'm sure. This is a great product if you guys have never tried this before. It's called Undo. It's got this little scraper, and it's indented like a, where are we? Like a cup here. So it holds a couple drops of the fluid. And to get this label off, I just try to get the corner up, let a couple drops get under there. And this is the best. This was what I use when I do cigar boxes. Get all those nasty little labels off. Look at that. Done, clean, gone. It smells like it could ignite, but, you know, it works. Probably lose a few brain cells every time I use it, but it does work. Can you paint over the Minwax though, Jody? Minwax makes a good wood sealer. Do you know if you can paint over that? Because I'm going to paint the box, and this, another thing that this is doing is saving me paint, because painting on that bare wood, it really sucks it up, and I use the golden acrylic, the fluid acrylics when I do the boxes, and I hate just to have that kind of paint sucking up in the wood. Uh-oh, here we go. Throw down. Somebody called somebody a hoe. And that's how it starts. Hey, Barb. Oh, you can't pull one over on you. Scrapper, not crapper. What the hell's happened? I need to pay more attention to the chat. You guys are having more fun over there than I am. I know this. You guys are running amok as I paint gesso a box. It's so exciting on your Saturday night. I love this brush for gesso though. It's a Princeton brush. I get it over the Queen's Ink. This one's, I don't know, probably 1.5 inches. And I have one that's wider. It's probably 2.5. but I really like the feel of them and how they're wider, and just that, what is that bristle called? Some kind of natural bristle or whatever, how it handles the gesso. I use these all the time when I gesso something. Unless it's something tiny and the brush is bigger than my target. Belly boobs? What the hell did I miss? Oh, God. Sounds like I missed something there. Oops, now I'm hitting the camera with my brush. Oh, so much for dropping it lower to make things easier on you guys. I need a seasick pill. Pass the Dramamine. That's another way to ring in the new year, I suppose, with bell boobs, boob bells, or bells on your boobs, or boob, as it were. Singular. In my case. Sweet Lord, I should have done this before the stream, huh? Oh well. I can see some thumbs down coming when it gets to YouTube. But, you know. Oh, Jesus, rusted boobs. Great. Okay. All right, it's going to take a few minutes for these babies to dry. Hey, Vicky. Oh, God. You guys are a mess. See, that's what the YouTubers don't understand about Ustream. You get all this side action going on, which I think drives them crazy, because they only know what I say. They don't know what you guys are saying. And we were talking about boobs and bells that look like boobs and rusting the boobs, and they think I'm running amok, and it's actually, I'm just repeating what you guys are saying. Oh, the BBs, the dreaded BBs. All right, now at least I know. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to holler up to Dave and get him to throw that calendar down to me, and I'll show you guys real quick while that dries. Hey, hon, would you please, over on the bar where I have a stack of stuff on the far right, there's a new wall calendar there for 2015. Not that book that I got in the mail the other day, but a bigger flat wall calendar. Would you drop that down to me? Pretty please. Some of the girls want to see it. They want to order one. I want to show them the pictures I picked to put in it this year. Not the, yeah, it's the big flat calendar. Yes. Yay. Dropper, I got it. Thank you. Calendar just came in airmail. Dave dropped it over the wall down the steps to me. Bless his heart. Okay, let me move this crap out of the way here. Okay. Oh God. Now I'm gonna get all gesso-y. Ew. Let's see. Put this over here. There we go. Okay, now as I try not to get gesso all over my calendar. Okay, so here's my calendar Dorothy bought one last year, and Lou Jean, I think you did. I don't remember who bought one, but I sold a number of these last year. And here's this year. This is the cover. I just love this painting. I did 2 paintings like this. Pam, I used Sculpey 3 clay. I did 2 canvases like that, and I really like them. I love the colors and just all the, I just like it. So that came on the cover. And it also, coincidentally, is the January picture. Let me flip it up here so you guys can see it a little bit better. So that's the January one. And of course in mine I have all my birthdays and stuff you can see typed in there. I won't make you know when Chelsea's birthday is, or Dave's birthday. Unless you want to, of course. Hey, Brenda! And this is February. It's 2 pictures of a couple different close-up from tile boxes that I did this year. Alright, it's pretty close up. You can see all the little beads and stuff. Like it. Are you guys seeing an ad right now? I'll wait a minute if you are. I'm seeing an ad. Huh? What? Obsessions is spelled wrong. Where? Oh, for cripe's sake! I will spell it correctly on the next one's made. Sweet Jesus Lord. Ay, God. Okay, there's February. And March, that was a collage that I did. A close-up of, it's okay, it's just, this one's just mine. I only had 1 made. And once I hang it up on the wall, you'll never see that until the next year when I take it down. But I will fix that. Thank you. Sweet Jesus. So this is March. That's a collage. I have it hanging up in my living room. That's another tile box. It's a real close-up. It's a lot of foil in there, and it can, I don't know if you can see it on here, but that's a face in the center. It looks very Egyptian when you see this in person. That's April. This is another close-up of a tile box that I did with a moon face tile in it. And this was my favorite jelly print of the year. Of course you can see the PBOs in there, one of my stencils, and my stamp that matches the stencil. So it kind of like showed both of the lines, my stencils and my stamps. So I had to put that one in there. And then I love this picture. And I used that filter where it kind of blurs out the edges a little bit. Joycey, congratulations on the belly boobs. That's that one for July. And this, I love this box. This was, I did it for a man friend of ours, and it was the full letter size. I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's teal beads. And there we go, a little bit. The glare's kind of funky on this paper. But it was all the gray and platinum. I mean the black and platinum. And this is a picture of my journals that I got published in cloth paper scissors with. And October, I thought it was appropriate to put my painting of, I made a painting like this, you can't see the whole thing in this, for my oncologist and one for my breast surgeon for their offices. And this is some molding paste I drew into a glass bead gel and some block lava down here. So it was kind of a mixed media canvas. And it says, keep calm and weather the storm. So I figured that was appropriate for October. November, this was just a little piece of a collage I did. I just like the colors and the contrast and the, that's some of my stamps in there that I used. And this is 4 different pics of another tile. Can you tell I'm obsessed with the tile box thing? But the pictures in this come out really well. you can see this in person, like each little tiny bead in there for the grout. Oh, cool, Jen. And that's it. And then the same little, of course, now I got gesso and crap on the back of mine. Same little picture on the back, just because you can put something there. So there you go. Inky Abessons. Sweet Mary. I will correct the spelling. What a nincompoop. Okay, let's see if this is dry enough to get started on. Let me hit this with my heat gun a little bit. And I'll get her going. Thanks, Eugene. I'll have to upload pictures and get that on my the calendar on my Etsy shop again, and of course I will coincidentally or accidentally just lay some tiles or something over the misspelling of my own frickin' name on the cover for those pictures. Sweet Lord. Okay. Good enough. Where's my little, here we go. I'm gonna feel this a little bit again and just kind of lightly hit this again. I'm not even going to worry about the top because that's going to be covered. On the inside, not so worried about that either because this is going to have, before it's all said and done, black gesso on the inside and paper covered on this surface. So I'm not so worried about that. So the next thing I'm going to do on the top of the lid that I'm going to tile is, oops, good Lord, I'm tangled up in my heater cord. Take a little bit of this stuff. It's like mastic that you put down tile, like real ceramic tile with. And I'm going to use, oh Lord, avalanche. Here we go. What the hell? Alright, I'll just grab this little tool here. And slap a thin layer on here, and you don't want this to be too uneven because your tiles are going to go on this and just be another little something something to your, this isn't going to adhere the tiles. We're going to dry this before we start to tile on it, but it's just for more structure, and it gives good tooth for the glue that I glue the tiles down with. So I'm putting on a real thin little coat of this. This takes a while to dry, so I'll have to heat gun this puppy. I'm waiting on your stencil. My stencil? I lost track of what you guys are talking about. But if it's mine, thank you. I'm going to be having some new stencil designs come out either late January or early February is what we're shooting for. You guys know I talk about Sherry, right, from iStencils. She and Fred that run the place. They are the nicest people. They really are. And I got this. Dave called me at work the other day and he said, "Babe, you gotta." I said, "We get any mail?" Because all my, like I said, I shop online, so all the stuff's coming in. Thank you, UPS and US Post Office. And he said, "You got a really big box here." And I said, "What's that from?" Because it didn't. What he was telling me didn't sound like it was something I ordered. And he read it and he said, "You know what? I think it's some kind of a gift basket." So I got home and opened it, and it was this huge gift basket from Sherry and Fred, just saying thank you. And it was all dark chocolate and red wine. Ha! Coincidentally, two of my favorite food groups. So, but that, I thought that was really, really nice and thoughtful. I was never expecting anything like that, but bless her hearts. Oh, okay, I see. I do that myself. End up buying two of the same thing and thinking, "You dumbass. You had one of those." I just pass it on to my friend Donna. Okay, now I usually wipe along the edge of this just to make sure I don't have any little bits of stuff hanging off there that might feel rough to the touch. And I don't know if you can see that or not. You probably can't. Oop. But it is a real thin coat on there. Hi, Merle. How are you? All right. In honor of Paula. Heat gun. I would think so, Eileen. After 3 or 4 of the same thing, you start to wonder. Hey, Marianne. I'm doing good, thank you. I actually really felt good today. I've been not feeling well for a long time now, and one of the meds on top of my really bad knees that both will need to be replaced in the not too distant future, and my 57-year-old overweight body that aches anyway, one of the drugs I have to take to snuff estrogen out of my body that's lingering after menopause. Hey, Mitzi! Gives you muscle and joint aches on top of it. And most days I hurt so bad I look like I'm 100 trying to move and just sometimes don't even want to get up out of the chair. But today, for some reason, I got up and I thought, hey, I don't feel too bad. And I knew I had a lot to do. So I took 2 Aleve, which I stopped taking a while ago. So when they did an upper endoscopy, they said they saw some spots in my stomach where it was being a little bit burned from taking Aleve too often. So I took some today, and I told Dave, I said, "Man, I feel like I can go out and run a marathon. I feel good today. I got a lot done and didn't hurt hardly at all. Almost walked up the steps like a big girl. Whew. Instead of one at a time and sideways, holding on. Sweet Jesus." Oh, I'd be lost without my heat gun. I have a couple different ones. That still feels cool, so that's still a little bit wet. Yeah, no kidding. I'll take that. If it's just one day, oh man, I will take it and run with it, let me tell you. Whew. Lordy, that gets old. But I only have to take that drug for 2 more years. I've taken it for 8 years already. And I've switched to a few different ones. There's 3 different ones, and I've had all 3. And every time I stop taking one and start a new one, there's a sweet spot about 2 weeks in where the one's gotten out of my system and the other one hasn't really built up. And during that time, I'll wake up one day like today and said to Dave, like, oh my God, I don't have any pain. This feels so good. So I'm hoping that in 2 years, when I don't have to stop taking this crap anymore, that I'll wake up every day like that. That would be marvelous. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to take some golden fluid, a little bit of iridescent gold fine, and I'm going to paint the whole lid. Not the whole lid, but the whole flat top of the lid, not the sides. I'm going to paint those black. And the reason that I'm doing this is because when I put tiles down, I'm going to start by putting a little tiny checkerboard row of black and white glass tiles, like so, around the very edge. But, well, not the very edge. I'm going to have a little bit of this sticking out. And also, when I put down some glass pieces that I'll intersperse with my tiles, they're clear. Even though they have iridescence on them, you can see some color through them. So instead of just being white behind them, some metallic gold will show through the glass a little bit and help colorize that glass. So that's my thinking. And let's see, give me a brush. Give me a brush. All right, so I'm just going to put some of this down. And see, this moves a little bit better than had it not been gessoed. And I'm going to go right to the edge with this. Hi, Cheryl. Now, I don't know, is Angel Bug, is that Cheryl? Here's a real little bit of trivia for you. My mother must have been in some sort of a fit of labor pains or something. And you guys don't really know the real me and how sarcastic this is. But she almost named me Angel Lucinda. Sweet mother of pearl. Oh, God. Hey, Cheryl. Good. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you here. But yeah, Mumsy almost named me Angel. And if any of my friends that really know me in person, I mean, I'm kind of the same here, but I got to buffer it a little bit. You know what I mean? But Angel Lucinda, sweet Lord. I still laugh about that. I mean, she didn't do much better with Patricia Lynn, but... And also, if you're doing any of these tiles and you don't plan to use the little micro beads like I use to do any grout work that that you'd rather just leave open, then if you do that, then you got just gold pretty paint showing through. So it helps you in that regard too. Now I will grout with little beads, so the basic reason for me doing this. And last time I thought, you know what, I'm wasting paint doing the whole box. I'm just going to paint around the edge. So my little edge that sticks out is pretty, right? And then as I was doing it, I thought, you jackass, now the glass tiles. I got to stop what I was doing and go back and add more paint because, I never know where I'm going to put a tile until I'm putting the tile there because I don't plan ahead. I kind of wing the whole damn thing, as we know. And so I thought, okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to paint the whole box. Oh, hell, the paint's coming off my old brush. This baby's has seen better days. crap, there's another piece. Lord. So I've decided that I'll just have to live with the fact that I'm going to have to use my paint and paint the whole lid from now on. But Tamara's not bad. I mean, when you name somebody Angel, you got a 50-50 shot if it's going to be right. And Angel, nothing personal, honey. I'm not sure what your case is there. Oh, that's right, you're Cheryl. Never mind. Doesn't take much to get me confused these days. Now you can see the texture where this paint, I'll hold it up in a minute, where this paint is rough because of the mastic I put on underneath of this. You can really see the texture of that underneath of here, which is, not bad. Gotta make sure I hit all these edges really well. Oops. I'm just gonna use this last little bit of paint, and we're soon ready to start throwing down some tile. Of course, after I put on the whole black and white border, which is very tedious, but must be done. I made my first couple boxes without doing that. And what I learned very quickly was, if you're not going to do that, do not put your little clay tiles right to the very edge of the box. Because as you open the box and your hand slides up, guess what? Broke a tile. So, I don't do that anymore. And then Dave said, when he saw me have these little glass tiles, he said, why don't you like put them around the edge, some kind of, you know, there's glass tiles around the edge. And I thought, why the hell didn't I think of that? Who knows? But anyway, so I dump a bunch of these little white ones out here and some little black ones out next to it. Luckily I have more because it's going to take a lot more than that. So now you can see a little bit more of that texture underneath of there from where I put on the mastic. But have no fear, that will not matter. And get out my trusty well bond. And I'm going to hit this with the glue. Yeah, the droop. Whatever the hell this is what I'm going to turn on now. Whew, I'm in that one. One of those days on my camera's a little crooked. Hang on. There we go. That's a little better. Leon Noel. Oh, Lord. Michelle, there's a place on Etsy that I bought my little tiles from. Of course, I can't remember the name of the shop, but they're what's the name of the shop? They call them tiny. Like tiny black square, tiny black glass squares, tiny white glass squares. Hey, welcome aboard. Okay, that part's done, and now the long and tedious process of gluing these little stinking ass tiles on there. Now I had a thought that maybe I would do, oh hell, what's going on here? Maybe that wasn't all the way dry. Let's turn that around and try to start with the other end. Oh, Jamie. Is that for real? Oh my God. I always felt bad for women that were from Idaho for the same reason. I thought about possibly doing 2 black, then 2 white. Let me see what that looks like. I'm just playing right now. These are not going down. No, don't like it. Okay. So now I take some Well Bond, is the adhesive I use to glue down the tiles. And I usually put some out of my paper palette here. Get my little glue brush. And then I slap some glue down on for a few inches out on the edge. And then also glue a light coat on the back of the tile. And oops, drop it upside down. Now I set the first one, I set all of them, but this first one on the corner, I want to make sure on both edges a little tiny piece, little tiny bit of the box, the gold is going to show. All right, give that a little push down, and take off and start going. And these are movable for a little bit. If you put one down and you notice, oh, that one's a little misshapen. You notice that it's a little off kilter or your line's getting off. I'll take a straight edge and kind of like zhuzh them all from both sides and keep them in. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I just looked over and I see where Jamie wrote, I have some Belcher in me. Lord knows what you people are talking about now. Oops. This is hard trying to glue these on and watch what you guys are saying. And then this never comes out even, so I have to get my little tile snipper and snip one when I get to the corner. But once I get these up here, the rest of the tiles, it's kind of easy to place because I'm doing all the, not measuring, but trying to get them a straight line here as I'm doing these on the edge. So once that edge is determined, the other ones can bump right up against that pretty easily. my dad's side is, I think you guys are talking about lineage and last names and stuff. Of course, my dad's name was Tolley, right? That's Irish. And, his family, I think both sides of his were Irish and possibly a little German when the Thompsons come into play. And then my mom's mother was German. Her name was Carpenter. And her father's name, my mom's maiden name was Lukanich, which we are in a dispute at the moment because all my life I remember my grandfather saying that his parents were from Yugoslavia. And my mom corrected me the other day and she said, no, they're from Czechoslovakia. And I know that my grandfather told me Yugoslavia. I think she's got her Slavias mixed up, to tell you the truth. I really do. She's sharp and she's got all of her marbles still, but I don't even know how we were talking about that. I think my brother Skip was saying or asking something about it, and she said, I don't know. So I'm not sure what I am. I'm some Slavic something or another. But apparently that's obvious to someone who does genealogy, because when I had my genetic testing done for my cancer, when I walked into her office, she kind of looked at me and she said, Eastern European. I said, oh, did I have a flag on or something? Like, how did you know that? She said, I can tell by your skin, the color and coloration of your skin and the marks on your skin. I said, great. Let me just tell you people, you do not want Yugoslavian, Czechoslovakian, Irish, and German skin. Oh! Not good. Oh. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing and forgetting to put my glue down on the box. I'm going to blame that on you guys. You can bet that for sure. Oop, get over there. Little rascal. Oh, you know, I'm just thinking this is a different size box than my last one. And this one is actually going to fit on there just right for me to turn the corner, I believe. Yep, so there you go. There's one side done. And see how that little bit of gold sticks out right here? And I'm going to paint these sides black eventually. But there you go. Now I got to do that 3 more times. And we'll be ready to do some tile. Polymer clay tile. And they say with this glue, like I could do this whole thing up the sides, and even if it dries, once I put a little schmutz of glue on the tile here that's wet, then it'll reactivate that glue and still make a good shtick. So maybe I won't need my fancy dancy tile cutters. I used to do, well, you guys know that I did lamp work. Before lamp work, I'd started taking, I took a fusing class, and I took a mosaics class, and I was in the middle of a stained glass class when I got diagnosed. So all that crap kind of went in the back burner. Then when I was getting over all that, and well, I was, as you know, you guys know, I was on chemo when I met Dave. And when I moved in with him, he knew, you know, from talking that I wanted to, I was interested in doing glass work, and that I had wanted to do lamp work. And then he had the basement, had an exhaust system put in and a gas line run and for my torch, and really set it up nice for me to do that. Glass work, or lamp work, is one of the names, lamp work or flame work, for making glass beads. And to do that, what you do is you sit behind a torch and you melt glass rods in the flame. With one hand you hold the glass, and in the other hand you hold a stainless steel or a steel mandrel that's covered in a muddy substance called bead release, and you let the molten glass drip off of the rod of glass onto the mandrel as it rolls, and you keep this hand going like a rotisserie, turning the mandrel, and it collects the molten glass from the rod. And that's kind of it in a nutshell, but it's really not that easy. So it's really a lot of work to it. It takes a lot of time to get it shaped right. Of course, you can make any kind of shape. I've got a ton of different tools and presses and things to make lentil shapes and donut shapes and you name it. So that's what lamp work is in a nutshell. I might start doing that if I live long enough to retire. I hope to take that up again and have the time to do that. No, Robin, that's not the same. If you see vessels, that's glass blowing. And it's called glass blowing because they are actually blowing air into a hollow tube, and that bubble travels down the tube and gets in the glass, and then they use a tool to basically pop that bubble and then spin the blowpipe to make it open up into a bowl or a vase or whatever they want to make. But that's glass blowing. That's not lamp work. Oop. It was funny when I would do shows. Lamp work is such an... unless you go to an artisan show that, you know, like the Philadelphia to the Beadon, what the hell is it called? I used to go there all the time. The Bead Fest. And if you do a show there where people understand what lamp work is and the difficulty and the precision that you need to get just a simple round bead made, they expect to pay for it. But if you go into a regular old craft show or local art show, like I had done, and people don't even know what the term means, they would come into my booth and say, "Oh, your beads are beautiful. Where did you buy them?" And I said, "Well, I didn't buy them. I made them." And they said, No, the glass beads." I said, "Right, yeah, I made those." "You made the glass beads?" "Yes, I did." And they look at me like I'm lying. And I said, "It's called lamp work." I said, I sit behind a 2,000 degree torch and blah, blah, blah. And a day later, you have a bead out of the kiln to start with. So, yeah, people didn't get it. So therefore, $35 for a pair of earrings that were handmade, all sterling silver, all glass, handmade beads, Swarovski crystals, and maybe some Greek Mykonos beads. was predominantly what I used, that was $35 was too expensive. And at that, I was probably losing money, honestly. And with the price of silver always going up, whew, that was a long way to go to get ready to do a show. Dave was a big help, though, with that stuff. He would go carry the tent and set it up, carry the tables and set it up, and hang with me all day in case I needed a drink or a break. But even with that, it was still a lot of work getting all the. He couldn't help me doing the jewelry stuff. Oh. They weren't bad, Eileen, actually. Alright, I'm looking at the screen and I glued the wrong side of the bead or the glass tile. That's one thing with doing this streaming. I gotta watch what I'm doing, so I'm not really paying that close attention to you guys. Oh, good. Go enjoy your dinner. We had the house was smelling good all day today. We got I think it was a top sirloin roast, some kind of roast, with some potatoes and onions and carrots in the crock pot all day. We got the tree. Well, the tree's up but not decorated. The lights are, it's one of those self-lighting trees. So I'll be doing that tomorrow while Dave's at the Ravens game. I'll get that decorated and some cookies made and some cookies eaten. Duct tape them to my ass. That's where they're going anyway. Oh, there's two stuck together. Rascal. This might not have been the way to go to show you how I did this. This is taking really long. Long and tedious. Oops, wrong color. See, gotta pay attention. Try not to watch the chat. Now I will probably need my little nippers. Right there. Let's see. There they are. I love these nippers. I got these when I was doing all my glass stuff. But they have a little bag. Actually, I lost the bag this came with. And this is one I got with a pair of Fossil sunglasses. And it comes with this ring, so it catches all the stuff that gets shot out of there. So, let's see. I need to... That's about a half a one. Not quite a half a bead. So... I think that's about right. So they drop in the bag. Oh, look at Allen wrenches in there too for some reason. Lord knows why. And here we go. Got my little piece of my white bead to fill in that little bit. Yeah. It's a tortured device. There we go. Now I got two sides done. Woohoo! Moving right along. Lord of mercy. Hope you guys aren't bored to tears. Alright, here we go. So however long this took, it's going to take that long again for me to finish. Because I got that same distance to go. Great. This box, if it turns out well, is headed to Chile in South America. I'm going to try to start getting some small tiled pieces done over the holiday break to get some tiled stuff up on my Etsy shop. I've kind of let my Etsy shop kind of just stew there for a little while. I haven't been able to do that much lately, but hopefully that will change. And I can get a little income rolling. Patti, why do you leave the little bit on the edge? I did that because over time and opening and closing the box, you tend to rub, you know, the edges up like this, and you'd always be hitting the tiles. And over time, I didn't want them to snap off for any reason. The polymer clay, before I did this glass border, I was putting the polymer clay tiles right to the edge, and found out the hard way that they will break off if they're hanging off the edge just the littlest bit. And you grab them with your finger the wrong way, snapped right off of there. So then I started moving them back from the edge a little bit, and my husband came up with this idea of putting these tiles around there. And I love black and white. I do my, like when I do those floor cloths, a lot of them I'll do a big black and white painted, not checked, but it's a line like this, a black and white border around it. I just think that stark black and white really is a nice finish on just about anything. Kind of like a little pop o black. So I realized that this is really the way to go. Oop. Although it takes a long time to do them. Once you get in a rhythm, it's not too awfully bad. It's kind of meditative, although I don't want to be meditating when I have my viewers here to chat with. What a rude hostess that would be. This glue gets built up on your finger, on my fingers, from trying to paint with a brush with that tiny tile. I get boogers of glue all over my fingers. Hey, Sandy. I have a altered cigar box I need to make for somebody, and I have a another smaller floor cloth. I always kid Dave. I said, man, if I could get a few more customers like his buddy Jeff. Well, he's my friend too, but he works with Dave, and he golfs on Dave's league, and He's over here a lot. He's bought the most stuff for me than anybody, and always comes back and says, hey, it doesn't like he sees it. He comes and asks me to make him something. So I've painted 3 large canvases for him that were, the smallest one was 30 by 40. Then he came back and asked me for 3. There she is. Hey, Jean. Glad you could join us. Then he asked me for 3 smaller canvas. No, I don't mean small canvases. I mean like 18 by 20 for, you know, sizable ones, but much smaller than the other ones. And then he bought a tile box this size, the larger size, the one of those, that gray and black one I showed you on the calendar. He bought that one with the turquoise beads. He almost didn't get it. I really liked how that one turned out. And then he wanted a 3-foot by 5-foot floor cloth. Sweet Lord, that thing about killed me. That was a big one to do. And I paint them all with my hands. Yeah, yes, Eileen. If I could get a couple more of them, I'd be in business. And so he got a 3 by 5 floor cloth. Clearly I should have charged more for that one, because that was a bear. Woo, lordy. And then he bought one of the small, the little tiny tile boxes that I made. And then he came back last weekend and he said, hey, Patty, I'm going to need another floor cloth. Same colors as the last one, but now the size of yours up here. So that's the regular 2 by 3 size. So that just came in the mail. I thought about streaming doing that, but I can't do it. I don't have the setup for to hold the tripod at the right kind of an angle. It would be too close. You'd see this much of a floor cloth that's, you know, 5 times that big. So I'll have to figure out another setup at some time to do that. Somebody also asked me about seeing me lamp work on my torch, which honestly, I haven't had the torch on for about 2 years now since I started doing all this stuff. Yep. What was I thinking? I don't know what your name is. What your name is, girl? I don't know what your name is, but if you are on Facebook, go to my art page, which is Inky Obsessions, which actually spelled obsessions. That's an inside joke for those who were here earlier. And you can see pictures out there of the floor cloth. I made one that I really like. Well, I liked all of them that I made, honestly. But I made Dave and I one. It was 2 feet by 6 feet. That was a bear too. But at least I could reach that far back to paint, you know, the far side. That 3 by 5 one I kept having to pick up and flip around. Ugh, lordy. It was like wrestling a canvas. But I made that 2 by 6. What's he? I don't know what I said that he laughed at, Robin, but I'm glad he's having fun. But yeah, so now I forgot what the hell I was even saying now. But anyway, I gotta paint that canvas for him. And then hope he needs something else. Almost done, girls. Then we can start putting the pretty ones down. And I have an idea of how I want to kind of lay these out. Oh, I asked her name. What your name is, girl? That doesn't mean anything to you guys really, but if my brother was watching, you'd have heard him scream and laughing. When he was 2 and I was 5, way back then, my mom and dad moved into the house where my mom is now. And there were not many kids our age there at the time. Of course, Skip was 2 and in diapers. But he would go up to all these older boys in the neighborhood that came anywhere near our yard, and he'd run up to them and he'd grab their pant leg, and he'd be shaking their pant leg and looking up at him saying, "What you name is, boy?" We used to always laugh at him. Oh God. But that's where that comes from. That was a little family ha-ha in there. Come on, last few. You can do it. This actually went a lot faster. I'm probably in high gear trying to do it, but I want to get to the other part for you guys to see. Of course, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the same glue, the same way to glue down the shit. Oh, oops, I said that out loud. The polymer clay tiles. Oops. Yay, come on. A few more. You can do it. It's a busy time of year, that's for sure, Robin. And we don't even have any kids, like most folks do. How they do everything, people with kids, especially little ones that also work. Don't know how it all gets done during a day, I'm telling you. Oh, damn. Glued the wrong side. Pay attention. And I'm butting these right up next to each other, which I guess is important to say if you sit down to do this, because a lot of people think, oh, they're tile, they need grout. These will not need grout because I'm not leaving any space for grout. Almost exactly the right amount of glue. Purely an accident. Of course, I need one more black tile. Where are we? And then maybe that other little smidge of the white one that I cut earlier will work in that other little hole that's going to be left there. I gotta bring that closer. Nope. Oh, damn, almost a whole one would go in there. But not quite. Okay, I gotta nip a little bit of that puppy off. Oh, damn that Allen wrench. I don't know why that's in there. Oh, perfect. Perfection. You won't hear me say that often. There we go. Whew. Okay, that's some glue boogers on a brush right there. I'm going to stick that in some water. Okay, so there we go. I got that whole damn thing done. Thank you, Lord. Okay, next. All right, let me get rid of some of this stuff here. And lay out some of the tiles that I know I want to use. Okay. So now, I have an idea. Oh, and here's another thing that I think I'm going to start doing on all my boxes. I had this little bit of clay left the other day that I had a couple colors mixed together, and it made this dark orangey red, pinky red. And I thought, what can I do with that? What can I do with that? So I put my thumbprint in it, and then you can't, it doesn't come in clear very well in this camera. But my thumbprint's in there, and then I put pigment on it. You can really see it in person. I'm going to glue it on the bottom of the box and put my little PTP next to it for my little signature bead on my boxes. So now, let me... So I got all these tiles that I've made and have little bits left over from everything in here. I need another organization option because this is getting pretty much stupid at the time. So the tops, this is the stuff I made earlier today for this particular box. Now I don't know, do you guys know Lizzie Werman? Does that name ring a bell? Anyway, she bought this box. She commissioned me to make this box, and it'll be going to Chile and South America. You probably already knew where Chile was. Anyway, so she gave me some colors that she likes, and she likes orange and turquoise and fuchsia and black and gold and some turquoise. So I made some tiles with that in mind. Move this over here. Uh-oh, something's disturbed the children. So anyway, so I have some orange tiles, I have some turquoise tiles, and some gold on almost all of them. But I did make some, like, of my favorite tiles, and I'm going to make these like the cornerstones of the design I have in my little pea brain. So, what I did with some of these, where the hell did that, oh, here we go. I have, oh, there it is. Okay, I had 4 of these big ones. Okay. So what I did, I made these, you guys have seen this design before, but I love these. That's on black tile. I did. I did, Eileen. I made them all today. I'm a machine. I'm telling you, I'm obsessed. But anyway, I took a little brush with some of that precious metal powder in pale gold, and I brushed the whole thing gold. At first I did it with just gold over the black. And then it looked good, but I thought, one of them I got too much gold on it, and I thought, ah, crap. So I just took the brush and I smeared the gold all over the tile, and then I came back with the platinum and hit the high spots with the platinum. And it really actually gave it some dimension. So I did this other one, I went kind of like as a centerpiece tile. And then I have these 4, they all have birds on them. And where the hell are the birdies upside down? So I did those there. You can see in those bigger spots, you can see more of the platinum. But, Nope, I'm the only elf. I just get a cranking them out, buddy, let me tell you. So I got some fuchsia and some orange clay. And I mixed it together and I made some of these that look like this. Right? Bunch of those in those colors. And then I wish I'd have done more of these, but I really like these, so they'll pop when I get them in there. And that's a pigment on black, a Tibetan teal from Lindsay's, and then a little bit of that platinum on there. And then I made a bunch of just foil, this colorful foil that had those colors in it on black. And then I got this stamp that was a bigger checkerboard than I usually make. So I got some big checkerboard pieces to mix in there. And then I had a piece of the clay that had some of the foil in it. And I just made a checkerboard over top of that. And then I had the idea where I usually am putting all the words on there, that one word stamp that I use, and incorporate those in, which I really like. But it occurred to me like, hey, dumbass, why don't you ink up another stamp with a design on it that you like and cut those up? So dumbass did just that. Look at these suckers. How flippin' cute are they? Wait a minute, I'll hold them up so you can see them better. That's all off of one stamp. I just stamped them on there and cut them. And I have a bunch of them. Look at this one. No, they're just, Robin, it's a rubber stamp that's a checkerboard, and I just stamped it with black ink on white clay. So I got all those to play with, but what I thought I would do, I clearly need a better vehicle for this, my storage. So what I thought I would do is, do something. Let's see. Oh, hell, I got these over here. Hang on. I want to start with putting something in the four corners. So I don't know if I'm going to do this. Yeah, that's crooked. Or some of these fit better in different corners because it's not completely exact with this clay. You know, it's got a little... it looks straight when I cut it. Not always straight. And then I'm thinking about putting this towards the center. And then where to put these. Like kind of just piece these around maybe. Something like that. And then start incorporating the colors and the other bits in there, here and there. So do I want all those gold ones in there and laid like that? Or do I don't want them so symmetrical? Because that's going to kind of paint myself into a corner, so to speak. Let's do this. We'll put these, I need more glue. I'm going to go in a clean spot because I got glue boogers on my page. Now, another good bit of clump of glue out there. See how my brush is doing over here. Not good. Oh, you know what, Robin? I didn't even think about the landscape thing, and I'll tell you why. Well, one, because I'm an idiot, and I didn't think that far out. But these boxes on the front, the short end of the lower part of the box, have a little file tab on there where you can slide down a piece of paper that puts... you know, you put a little tab in there to say, you know, what, bills or Patty's box or whatever the hell you want it to say. And that's oriented on the front. So I've always oriented these to go portrait, and you know what? I think I'm still going to do that because of what else I have in mind for it. But that's why. These tiles are about, let's see, I can tell you how thick they are because I have my guide right here. If you guys make any kind of, a lot of polymer clay, I tell you, if it wasn't for this tool, I'd have probably stabbed my eyes out by now. This slab roller is like 12 bucks or so on Amazon. It's called Activa, A-C-T-I-V-A. It's just a plastic base. Oh, look, with a hunk of Patti's clay stuck on the bottom. And it's got 4 different sets of these guides and different heights in them. And this set is the 1/8. And it comes with a PVC roller that's wide enough so it extends past these blades. So when you roll out your clay, your slab is all one height. So I've been rolling it out at the 1/8. But depending on the type of stamp, if it's an unmounted thin stamp, I just lay it on the clay and roll it over one time for the impression. If it's a thicker, like a cling mounted stamp, then I will bump these up to the next 3/16. So I got an extra little bit to roll over, and it keeps it from pressing it down too far and all the way through the clay. Does that make sense? So anyway, to answer your question, they're 1/8 inch, and I adjust the sides depending on the thickness of the stamp I roll in it. But I tell you what, this tool has saved a whole lot of cussing in this basement, let me tell you. Lordy, lordy. That is no joke. Trying to catch, I didn't have a stroke. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Okay, so I'm going to go with starting to slap these mummies down here. And I'm going with the 4 corners with these. I call them angels. I don't really think they're angels. Maybe they're tribal angels. They don't have any wings. But, and a coat on the tile as well. And you don't have to put too much on, but you need a coat on there. You need to coat the whole thing. And then position it. A little bit of pressure. And that baby is going to stick there pretty good. Not right away. It's still movable. If I needed to zhuzh it a little bit, but it won't take long for it to dry. So I find that if I start, give it a little bit of symmetry with the 4 corners deal here. It kind of helps. It gives me a starting point to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with all the rest of the tiles and how I'm going to put them in there. I mean, you got to start somewhere, so that's my way. I just throw them down there, and now there they are. Work around them if you have to, but there they are. I know, really. So here's angel number 3. Finding his forever home. There we go. Slide him into place. And here's a good example of why the gold's down here. You can see it a tiny bit on this one. That, oh, got real blurred there. This doesn't, the tile is a little tiny bit off square, and it doesn't meet the black and white tiles exactly. And in that little hole you see gold. And the same with this one down here. So it doesn't really stand out. It kind of blends in. And I'm not going to grout with beads out on this outer edge if I can help it. Because sometimes it just really mucks up the black and white beads and sometimes runs through them even though they're butted next to each other. I don't know, it's one of those gluing phenomena I cannot explain. But I try not to do that. Maybe it's just me for no other reason that I'm really not that smart. I'll just kind of wing the whole deal and hope for the best. Okay. Princess of the Monkey Butt Powder? What the hell are you guys talking about? Okay, so now I've got somewhere to start. All right, so there we go. So now I'm going to try to get a little bit of color going, and I want to sort these a little bit better. I'm wondering if now I should do this. Alright, let me spread out some colors here so I see what I have. I want to kind of mix it up a little bit. Here's some pink ones for the fuchsia. A little bit of it. See, I had this one in black and white too. That I did, so I wasn't sure. I'll just have to trust you guys, Joyce, to know what you're doing yourselves. So I have the gold one, and I have the black and white one. The black and white one, you can really see what the stamp's supposed to be. But the gold kind of goes with the gold theme. I don't know. I'll have to think about her for a minute. But anyway, I'm going to start. I think I'm going to put these 4 pieces out here like this. That gives me good blocks to start with, I believe. So I'm going to put some some glue down for these babies. And I'm not measuring it. I'm an eyeballer. Figure if you look at that and you don't think that's the middle and you got to get out your ruler to figure it out, it's close enough. The black and white one, Jamie, I might do that. I have some other black and white tiles to incorporate, and she specifically said she loves gold. So that's why I did one in gold. But I may go black and white on that one too. I looked at that, how that really popped on there. You know how I like my pop of black. Oh yeah, Vicky, good print there. Oh, well, it looks like the black and white has the winning vote there. That's what Dave always laughs at. Well, he doesn't really laugh. Let's be honest. He sort of shakes his head like, oh my God. Whenever I hang something on the wall, which, by the way, unless it's so heavy that it needs an anchor, I'm the one that hangs shit on the wall. Stuff on the walls. Oops. I look at the wall, kind of eyeball it with the nail, and bam, it's in. Dave's like, babe, let me get the ruler. I'll measure it for you. I said, babe, if somebody's got to take out a ruler to figure out if that's the center of the wall, it's close enough. Bless his heart. I guess it's a man thing. He's got to measure it all, and not me. I'm an eyeballer. Close enough. And it doesn't matter if you I mean, that's bigger than the tile and some glue sticking out there. But that glue is just going to reactivate when I get something bumped up in there and glue it. So, and it'll dry clear. So, no worries. Of course, that's not showing up much because of the gold painted background, but well, wait till we get some more stuff in there and she'll start to pop. I promise. Okay, I've got some. Come on. Damn, I did make a lot of tiles today. I'm a machine. I'm telling you. Got some little grout sticks made. Oh, Mitzi, he would love my style of hanging stuff. Oh, Lord. He makes 2 steps towards a ruler and bam, that baby is up there. Hey. So I want to make sure I get some words in. Gotta get my tiles. Gotta get myself organized here. And what the hell I have? Courage. I have one that says, there's love. Alright. I just use a little tissue blade. Mitzi, to cut the tiles with. I have washi tape on the top of it, but I've rubbed the design off of it, and which is why I picked it up by the wrong end and sliced open my finger last night. But I just cut them with a tissue blade. Okay, let's see what I'm doing here. Let's get some of these. Ooh, that's a pretty one. See how that came out with that mix, that orange and magenta, or orange and fuchsia clay together. There you can see the clay. And then just highlighted it with that pale gold. That looked pretty. Ooh, look, that just fits in there. That's a little bit small. That'll need a little schmutzing in there. And that, I'm going to take this tissue blade now. You can actually, I'm talking funny because I got the brush in my mouth. You can actually take this blade, and I kind of do it like a guillotine, like rock it down on one side and let it cut through the other and get a nice clean cut. Some of them, no matter how hard I try, they're not, oh shit, still not. Oops, said it again. That's better. That's better. So, let's see, does that fit better now? Oops. Is that crooked? Get the ruler! Just when I was getting cocky about the ruler. Yep. No, like the other way, that way. All right, I think I'll start by putting a couple of these down in the corners, get a little bit of color in there. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about anything being symmetrical now because it's not going to be. I just wanted some corners in there to give it some sort of look, but all these others are going to be little sticks and mosaics. They're going to be intersecting and filling in the gaps. Like this one might go up here to fill in that gap. So I'm not worried about any kind of symmetry now going forward. I just wanted to have something to start to tile to get it started, because the hard part, it's like a blank white page. Like, where do you stick the first tile? So the other ones, I'll have little grout sticks like so, maybe coming down there to fill that in. And now it just gets to be like a big old puzzle where you gotta just see what goes where and kind of eyeball them. Actually, I might even, maybe I should turn one like that here. I don't know. Okay. Do I want to do that? Oops, I didn't glue the back. Yes, I cover the whole box and I try to get everything bumped up as close as possible, but there's always some little gaps here and there. So what I will do is I'll come in with now I can't make up my mind which way I want to put this one. I'll come in with some glossy accents, squeeze that in the holes, and then sprinkle little tiny micro beads, and that becomes a little grout that I can't, that I haven't filled in. Alright, I gotta tilt this up and see what I want to do here. I think I'm gonna go like that with that one. And that one fits perfectly there, so I'll do that one, and then from then on, now I'm not gonna worry about symmetry with stuff. I think it looks more interesting when it's not all symmetrical. But I do like having those like statement piece anchors on there, if I'm so bold as to call them that. So now I'm going to get out some of my black and white ones. As I say, no symmetry. Look what I'm doing. But I'm not gluing them there. I just want to eyeball them for some black and white color. Oop. Oop. That's kind of big. Maybe I ought to glue old Bessie down here so I know where she's going to go. Probably not a bad idea. Alright, we're going with the majority rules. Going with the black and white one. But only because I agree. If I really didn't like it there, I wouldn't put it there. Not to hurt anybody's feelings. Now there will be, because of the shape of this crown on the top of this stamp, $3/62 of an inch. Oh Lord, God bless her. Bless her heart. Because of the shape of this crown, no matter what kind of tiles I put up above her, I'm not going to be able to square that up, but I will fill that with beads, which will look kind of cool. All right, and tilt this up and eyeball her for center. And hold that one down for a minute and push this from behind to get a good grip on it. Hey, nothing wrong with that. They're just exaggerating, Jean. It's only 1/32. I do realize that. There we go. Got a little contrast in there now. And then when I get done, I seal this stuff with the Sculpey sealer. I paint every tile. Every tile. That's correct. Every stinking tile. Oh, shit. Oops, said it again. How many times have I said shit? So much for trying not to say it. Okay. That one's too wide. Will that one fit in there? That one would fit in there. All right. Let me get a little bit of black and white down. This wants to buckle up for some reason here. Oh yay, now let's watch glue dry. Okay. Oh, before I get too far, I did this the other day. I forgot my little glass pieces. Glass and more glass. Hold that thought. All right. Throw a few of these out here too. These little iridescent squares of glass that look really pretty on these boxes. This is probably a really good color. See that iridescence on there? Hello. Where are you? Oh, that's rather hard to capture on camera. Trust me, it's there. I've never lied to you before. Oops. All right. And then see through that glass, that gold will help bolster that color a little bit. There you go. You see a little bit more of what I'm looking at. It looks like gasoline on water. It's pretty. So, let's see here. Okay, let's do this. Let's get this little checkerboard down here. I kind of like him sitting there. I don't know why they're male tiles. Yeah, Michelle, they also have that on Dick Blick, but I think it was a little bit more expensive on Blick. It still wasn't very, ultra expensive, but if it's a second option. All right. I like these little glass tiles that come in this box. They look like they've got splatters on them. They're all gold or all silver. They have both. I don't want silver tone in here, though. I want to look for the gold ones. They have other iridescent ones that are just flat, but crap. Not too many of these. I know I've used a lot of them. There's 4 of them I can incorporate. Oh, now, come on, Merle. Oh, how much are they at Walmart, Sandy? I don't know that I'm going to put that one there. Not just yet, anyway. And see, when you're putting these down, you are creating headaches for the next tile that goes down. Because the more you lay down, the more you're painting yourself into a corner for an odd piece. 13. Yeah, that's not bad. I think there were 12 something on Amazon, but and I think they're Prime on Amazon. I'm not positive about that. All right, let's get a little bit of orange in here. That might look cool if I cut that to kind of surround her. Oh, maybe this would be better. That's kind of cool too. Alright, so now it's just basically a guessing game of putting this bad boy together. Staples does. What's in the kit? Does it have shoot. Oh, I almost said shit again. I would have been a record, but luckily I didn't say shit. It has the PVC roller in it. Does that make the kit? 42. What a rip. Now, I'm not so much going for symmetry here, but I do want to kind of spatially have the colors, spaced decently apart. That's not a word. You know what I meant there, didn't you? Oh, no, you did. Maybe that one will go up there, or maybe this one, it's a little bit shorter, will go up there, or not, or maybe right there. Oh, that fits right underneath that one. There we go. Rarely do you find that happen. Something fits exactly just right, but it's still kind of open, so trust me, there's hours coming where that's not going to be the case. I'll get these out of the way. Yeah, the roller should be in there. The roller and all these little different sizes of the guides, plus a PVC roller, should be in the kit or whatever they're calling it. Yeah, see, they're all over the place. I think I paid like $20 for mine, and then my friend Donna got hers on Amazon for a lot less. Oh, you're just a little too big for there. Oh, when you're crooked, I'm going to have to cut you. I'm going to cut you. Yeah, I think all of them have the roller and the guides. Otherwise, you couldn't use it. I really like the way these came out with that kind of a Zentangle-y stamp that I had. I really, really do. That one's going to go there. Yes, you are. That's exactly where you're going. Right there. Alright, let's get some magenta, was one of her colors that she wanted. So, I want to try... Ooh, that fits right in there. But do I want that next to that orangey one? Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, look at you. I thought I saw them on Amazon for 12 something. No? Some of these really came out pretty, if I must say so myself. This one's got foil in it and the gold. And this one's got the paint. And I wipe back the paint and then hit the high points with the gold. Oh, where are you going to go, honey? Oh, that's not glued down yet, so I don't have to put you there. I think you're going to go right there, Missy. And you're going to like it. Night, Dorothy. You know, I think I am going to put that one there. It just fits so nice right there. right. I think I will put you right there. Oh, that's so bad. I'm talking to the tiles. That is a problem. Oh, look at you. Now, I'll have to make one to fit down in that little hole if I do that. Maybe one of these that I can break. Yep, that'll work. I don't know. Maybe that's premature. Let's hold out on that a little bit. Alright, now I want to get... What do I have for color in here? I hear Dave up there hollering at Babe. Lord only know what she's doing. No, there has not been a hello lover yet tonight. But I feel one in the offing. I do. Let's see. Alright, now I want to get some brighter orange ones in the mix. Those are glued down. I like orange next to turquoise. That one might go right there. Let's see. I love this stamp on that makes these little like tribal sticks. I do. I gotta pull that away from the light a different way and see what the hell I'm looking at here. I think I'm gonna put a couple of the words down before I lose. Oh hell, I already glued that one. That doesn't need to go there. This kind of looks more dreamy than... I might put that there. Hi Jan, thanks for joining. I think I'll put love right up here. I like that orange one next to that turquoise. And see, most of these are really tight, that there is no need for a grout at all. Right? But then there are going to be some that are not going to be so tight by the time we get it all done, that I'll just fill in with those, the beads. And this one's kind of long. I'm going to cut this in half, so it's a little more user friendly. There we go. Oh, I wonder if I should do that next to there, maybe. That's a possibility. That one's cool too. That one came out really neat looking. Apparently neater looking in person than it's coming up on my screen, but nonetheless. Oh, come on, Vicky. You know you want to do these tiles. All you need is some polymer clay. You don't even need that slab roller. You can roll it yourself. And if you have any pigments, any dry pigments or paint or foil, or you can just use the regular tiles and put a little pigment on top of them. And any kind of rubber stamps you have, put a little impression in them. You're gluing on them on something flat. I'm telling you, that's all you need. That's all you need. Trust me when I tell you. This one might be a little too big as well. This one's going to go in there somewhere. I don't know where. So, let's see. Maybe I need more black and white in there to break this up a little bit. And did I glue love? I glued love. I'm going to glue dream. Babe must be up there trying to sit on top of Mojo. Poor Mojo, if he's laying next to Dave on the sofa, and Babe decides she wants to sit close to Daddy, she'll just jump up on there and literally sit on his head. And Mojo will just lay there with one eye sneaking out underneath her butt cheek, looking at me like, oh God, are you kidding me? And she just sits there looking around like, hey, anybody seen Mojo? Poor Mo. God love him. These are really cool in person, but she didn't say purple so much. That's kind of cool one. Maybe that should go there. Too big. That's a too big. See, now is where it gets a little trickier. Little bit trickier. Trying to figure out what the hell goes where next. So got black and white, black and white, black and white. That one's very cute. That's a cute little swirly dude pattern on there. That's what I like to hear, Michelle. Isn't that one cute? That little bit. That was a really cool stamp I used. It got all these little weird designs were all in that one stamp. See, that's what I mean. One stamp, you can do a whole cedar chest of stuff. Even a little skinnier than that. Oh, look at you. Oh, but see, that's right next to that. That wasn't too smart. However, I do have other grout sticks that are skinny that'll go right in there. That one's almost too skinny. Crap. That one's too fat. Oh, I know. Oh, damn. Oh. Oh, there we go. Look at you. See that little monkey in there? I'm kind of off the edge, aren't I? Who made that stamp? That one with all those swirlies? I will show you. I don't know. Here it is. This is it. And I just stamped this with black archival ink onto white clay. But I did it upside down. I put the stamp like this with the ink on it, and I laid the clay on a piece of wax paper on top of it, and then lightly pushed over top of it. This is, hey Rain, glad you could join us. This is by, what the hell does that say? It's Stampendous 2014, number CRR203. Stampendous CRR203. Have no idea where I got it, but I'm sure you can find it by that, with that information on it. Okay, let's see what we got going up here. Can I get a little... Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Maybe. Maybe, maybe, maybe not. Orange. I don't know. Let's maybe go back to these. Oh, you know what? Yes, you are going to go right there. Yes, you are. I'll just put this in here and mark it lightly with my blade. Go back here. Cut it. Glue that rascal right in that little bitty hole right there. And that's why you cut some of them really skinny. Now that puppy will slide right in there and fill in that gap. See what I just did? Now I got another little gap to fill, but that I can fill with, I think, maybe this. Oh, hell no, that's too big. I'll make something work. You just watch me. Ooh, that's a hair too big. It doesn't have any gold on it. Oh my god. Silver? No. Nope, 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 nope. I think this one will work, actually. Yep, I'm going to put that one right there. These are Bake Chick. These are Sculpey 3. Good old Sculpey 3. I'm going to put this one right here. That seems to be sitting there. Didn't even know it wasn't glued down, so we'll glue that puppy down. Right there. And nope, 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 nope. I want something a little brighter. Maybe this one up here. Ever tile? Do you ever file them down to make? I've never filed them. I just use that tissue blade, Trina, and just shave. You can really shave off little tiny slivers with that tissue blade. All right, I think I need a word over here. Believe? There you go. I believe. Oh, I'm a riot tonight. I believe that tile is going to go right there. You know what? I don't know what the difference is, Robin. The cooking times are a little bit different on the different ones. I don't think there's a whole lot of difference. If it's not the cooking time, maybe it's just the how firm it is. Like this Sculpey 3, I can condition it with my hands. Question, Patty, you ever oh, sorry, just saw that. Getting my snot boogers. My glue boogers off my damn brush. This one might be, might have to switch brushes for the duration here. That's good enough. Good enough for now. So let me think. I want to put something kind of bold up here. Put a little more grounded something up here. Yep. Oop, too long. There you go. Little piece. You'll fit right up there. And I'll have to come up with another little sliver next to you, but that's okay. Get some of these. Oh. Almost fit in there, you little rascal. I'm going to shave a little bit. Here's what I do. Take the brush out of my mouth so you can understand what I'm saying. But this is just needs a little weensy bit shaved off the edge to fit in here. PSX word stamp you use with black. That is my favorite stamp. This one. And it's discontinued. Actually, it's been discontinued for a while. And it is called, it's by Personal Stamp Exchange, PSX, K3237 from 2001. K3237. Yeah, that's all it says on there. But I do know that it was discontinued, and I lucked out. Somebody led me to this one. I think it was on eBay. And I snarked it up. And this is the one with, I really like, I use this one a lot. It's got my little dudes in it here, my little angels. That's this one. And that's a it's a Personal Stamp Exchange too. K1778. Somebody was asking me about this last stream, and I did see one on Etsy not long ago. Actually, I had it sitting in my shopping cart for a while. And my friend Donna ended up getting me that other one. So, clear several out of stamps. Okay, I am going to try to shave off a little itty bitty tiny piece of this. And again, I'm coming at, see those little shavings that I get off of there? With that, I mean, they're really fine. Ha ha! Look at you! Oh, you know what? I might take one little, now watch me crack the damn tile, taking one more little smidge off of there. It was still a little snug. And I don't want it to be snug enough that it cracks. That would totally piss me off. Oh, yeah, I have a lot of Cheryl Cons I use in this stuff, too. That's actually... some of these designs are off of the Cheryl Con one that I... right, those are off of one of the Cheryl Con ones. I like her stamps. I do. So those, see those little, again, pop of black, just that little bit of black down there. Kind of gives you that little zhuzh that you need. Let's see, I might put that one there. Will that one fit in there? Nope, too fat. Doesn't make you a bad person. I understand. Too skinny. Don't hear that much. You? It's gonna be you, because I'm gonna shave your little ass down. Wish I could do that to myself. I'm gonna need a bigger tissue blade, that's for sure. Oh, God. Good thing the camera's on. I'd just be sitting down here saying the same stuff to myself. Hey, Valerie. Yeah, it's polymer clay. It's Sculpey 3 that I rolled out and stamped and embellished and baked it, and am now gluing it onto a box lid. Oops, hello. Nope. Nope, it's the same one I keep picking up. Oh, gotta hide that one from myself. And that one's gonna go right there. Get that white kind of encased in black. Now I will eventually need a little bit of grout in there, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave that straight and make that grout line want to go underneath there. Put it where I want it to be instead of where it wants to be. Okay. Now where the hell are we? Alright, let me look at you. Let me look at you. I think we can bring in some more turquoise. The metallics are a mixture of these precious metal powders by Mona Lisa and some Lindy Stamp Gang dry pigment, some Pearl-Ex pigments, some liquid, not liquid, what was fluid acrylics that I used to paint some of them, and some gold variegated foil are on some of them. Who's Goofmeister? Whose stamps are you talking about? I'm sorry, I missed some of the chat. God forbid I missed a good stamp. Oh. You better look, Joyce. You're going to be sorry. Oh, yeah. I have a few sheets of hers. Really like them. These aren't glued down yet. I think that's throwing me off. I need to make a decision about what's going to go around Mamacita here. I think it's time for some of these gold tiles. I was thinking about putting two right up underneath of there. And you know what? Let's just do it. Let's not talk about it. Let's just do it. One for you. And one for you. Here we go. Alright, start gluing and stop talking. Ooh, look at that. It's the exact same size as her little face. Now, if only I had 2 of those, I could frame her. But no. Oh, looky there. Maybe I'll do that. Yes, Rain, I roll it out. I actually, if you look at on YouTube or even on Ustream, the video I did previous to this, the Ustream I did previous to this rather, was actually making the tiles. So if you go to that one, you can see what I'm doing, but I roll them out, I stamp them, and then I cut them up, and I put them on the tray I'm going to cook on, and then I and use the paint and the foil and the pigments or whatever I choose to do on, you know, to layer them up. I do it there. That's kind of a cool one. I'm going to be making more of these black and white ones. I can tell you that right now. Mark my words, people. They're going to be coming. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Ooh, that's a pretty one too. Maybe. That's glued down. That's glued down. You know what? I'm going to put these there because I don't know what else I'm going to put there. And they fit just nice. Oh, the old gallbladder. Yes, I parted friends with mine 17 years ago. Were we talking about that earlier on this chat, on this stream? Because that sounds like a familiar subject that I recently talked about. My gallbladder was not my friend. I can tell you that. That bitch had to go. Oh, there you go, Pam. There you go. Okay. See, at least I did have some memory recall today. Okay. I want to take... I got these. And this. You know what? I'm going to look underneath here. In my magic little pan, I have some left over from a previous box that are kind of, I kind of mixed the gold and the platinum and got this, I don't know what that color's called, but it's pretty. I got some smaller checks in here too that I can mix in with these bigger ones. Here's another little piece of that color. Oops, that's gold. That might come in handy. I do really need another way to store this stuff, because they just get... Well, they don't really get damaged in here. Some of the earliest ones I ever made are floating around in here and still look like when I throw them in here. But I really do need to separate them into the ones that I know that I'll never use. That are just like, not sure I like you or why I even made you. I know that's heartbreaking, but sometimes you gotta let them go. It's too big. That's too big. Maybe a little hunk of that. Alright, let's see what else we got here. The year that I had my gallbladder removed, I was 40. My mom and my dad both had their, we all three had them removed the same year. I told my brother, so you better be tippy-toeing your ass around, buddy, because it's only a matter of time before you get nailed. But he's still cooking with his. Alright. I need some more orange in here. I just feel like I do. I think I might put that right there. What time is it? No, oh, we only got 20 more minutes left. Well, guess what, peeps? I knew it wouldn't get finished. These take a lot longer. It takes even longer when you get down to this point where they start getting more, you know, the spaces are tighter and you can't just drop in the big ones anymore. You know, friends of mine were talking the other day, Pam, and their daughter had hers removed when she was 16. They said she was sick as a dog for a year or more. Nobody could figure out why. Then they finally they realized that it was her gallbladder. And she had that puppy yanked out and was much better after that. I really like this one. It's almost too big. I might have to cut this one too. Actually, I think I'll cut it and get that debate over with in my head. They're a little bit more user friendly. I haven't done a lot up in this corner though. What can I do up in this corner? I don't like to go orange to orange. I don't like to go vertical to vertical. I like to kind of mix it up a little. Ooh, you almost go there. Will you go there? Oh, you rascal. I like you right there. And you know what? You are going to go there, like it or not. How you like that? Show you who's in charge. Let me break it. That will not be good because I really like this one. Ha 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 ha. I win. Let's see. It often happens after weight loss that she lost. I don't know. She's in her mid-30s now. I just met her 7 years ago. I don't really know. A lot of people say that you start developing gallbladder problems after you give birth. I never gave birth. And I had attacks for 5 years until my insurance kept saying, no, it's a healthy organ. We don't just remove a healthy organ. I was in the emergency room several times a year begging for Demerol. I still do that, but they just don't respond like they used to. No, just kidding. Don't do drugs. Any kids are listening, don't do drugs because Aunt Patty said that. Hey, where am I going to put you? But anyway, that'll come later. I'll find a place for you later. Anyway, I finally got that bitch yanked. Grace, I've said bitch, shit, and I don't know what else I said tonight. And I'm repeating them. As if I should keep saying them for some reason. Oh, Lord, girl. That would go right there. But I don't know if I want to box myself in that corner just yet with what's going to go in there. So let me get some of these that I think are prettier and find a home for them before I don't have that opportunity anymore. Hey, hi! some neutral ones down here and take up a little bit more neutral space again. Oh, that's not glued down. Confuse myself when I don't glue something down. Oh, that looks like some kind of freaky face on there. That's too big. Too big. Too small. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, you almost go in there, you little rascal. Guess what? Time for you to start fitting in. Oh, that one fits. Okay. I don't have to get so mean. Yep, which way did it go? Now it doesn't fit. There we go. I need some more checkerboard. Is what I need. I might put you right there. It's kind of big though, isn't it? Kind of, sorta. Nope, too busy. Maybe I'll cut 2 rows of that off. That's better. Well, you can see that we are not going to come close to finishing this. And it's probably another whole stream. Maybe not quite a whole stream to finish. Well, yeah, it will be with the painting and everything to finish the lid. And then there's another several hours in finishing the bottom of the box. And then lining it with paper and the, oh yeah, probably more than that. These take a while to do. But they're worth it in the long run. They're one of a kind. Treasures. I got these at Michael's, Rain. See you, Trina. Thanks for joining us, hon. Oh, you'll go right there, won't you? Yes, you will. I like this one. I like it. Here's kind of where we are for those that have to scoot out. Where's that wider one? Here we go. Which one, chick, that you singled out that you liked? Ooh, look, my tile broke. Hope it wasn't that one. Alright, I know where I'm going to cut that one and make that one fit in there. Right about there. Patty, do you have any streams on that? Yes, I do. The one I did right before this, a week or so ago, maybe. I did making the tiles. It's on YouTube as well. I uploaded it to YouTube, and I will upload this one to YouTube when we get finished. Yeah, it helped getting all those tiles made ahead of time. Lordy. That was I was cranking those puppies out today. Oop, there we go. Look at you. Then I got to decide what color beads I'm going to put in here to do the grout. I have a hot pink color that I was thinking about using. Okay. Put that one right there. Thank you, guys. If you ever come over to play, you can run your fingers through my box of tiles. Well, you're welcome to come over. Jump right in there. Night, Jamie. Your bed and your man are calling you. Are they calling you the same thing? Thanks for joining, guys. I know this is a busy time of year, so I appreciate you hanging in there with me. We got 6 minutes till I'm going to ditch. Then I'll finish. Well, I don't know if I'll finish, but I'll be working on it again tomorrow. Gotta trim the tree and make some cookies. Not necessarily in that order. What the hell? That's going to be a difficult little rascal. I am in Maryland, in Severn, Maryland. It's lovely this time of year. I think I'm going to put that one right there. Nope, it should go up here. Doesn't really, that's going to cause a problem putting it here, but I'm going to put it there anyway. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. If I don't stream again before Christmas, you guys have a great Christmas. And for next year, I'm going to come up with a more regulated schedule of my streams. Finish the sentence. I've got to regulate my language. Turquoise in there, maybe? Thanks, Eileen. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, that was fun when we had Donna and Ellen here. I haven't seen Ellen for a while. Donna lives right down the street, so I do get to see Donna more, you know, fly by the night, no plans, just, hey, what are you doing? But, gosh, it's been a while since I actually saw Ellen in person. I just haven't been feeling so good and all that crap, so you know how that goes. Plus, she's on the other side of town. How do you get say live without recording and use the S word again? I don't know what you're talking about, Eileen. No S word I know of.